Congratulations and welcome. If you're an author, speaker, or coach looking to grow and scale your business, whether that's by writing a bestseller, booking paid speaking gigs on bigger stages, or closing whale-sized coaching clients, then you've landed in the right place. I don't know where you're at right now in your business, but the success you see me experiencing today hasn't always been the case, not even close. You see, at one time, I was the lead pastor of a little church in Florida, a little church that rapidly grew larger than the city we were in. It was wildly successful, and I could have easily stayed there and continued to enjoy what we were building. But there was something inside my gut that kept gnawing at me. I felt like I had already accomplished my assignment even in that short time. There was a pulling happening. Maybe you felt it too. There was a clear discontent that I couldn't shake. You see, a few years prior to that, I was sitting in a church service with my wife, Bonnie. During that sermon, I had a vision. Suddenly, I was speaking on stage in front of thousands of people. As I looked around the room, I began to notice the people in the audience were all of Asian descent. This vision was a bit startling to me. I didn't like speaking in front of people, and I was even more uncomfortable traveling outside of the United States. It was clear to me that this wasn't some sort of daydream or pizza I ate the night before talking to me. After the service, I told Bonnie about what I had seen while our pastor was speaking, and she told me it was a vision from God. So she excitedly set up a meeting with our pastor. The excitement was short-lived though. During the meeting, I explained what I had seen and how I thought that God might be calling me. I began to tell him about speaking on stage and all the faces of the people I had seen in front of me, and that's about the time he interrupted me. "Son, I'm a fourth-generation pastor. I've seen a lot in my time, and here's what I can tell you this one thing for certain. God doesn't call people like you to minister." Boy, was I relieved. I had no intention to ever getting on stage or traveling overseas, and that was all I needed to hear. As I thanked him for his time, my wife grabbed me by the arm and dragged me out of that office. And she said, "Keith, don't listen to him. God does use people like you, and I believe this was from God. You'll see soon enough." Man, I wish I could tell you that my business was smooth sailing from there, but it wasn't even remotely close to what happened. In fact, things went from bad to worse. After I retired from my position at the church, my business had started to see some success. I would send out letters to event coordinators and pastors, follow-up phone calls, and then bam, I had a booking to speak. I would print out copies of my books at Staples and sell them by the truckload at events. This simple business earned me more money than I ever dreamed possible. Soon, Bonnie and I had a home, and we were living in a gated community while we were driving Cadillacs and living the life. I had finally hit my stride in this industry. That's the power of a fully booked calendar of speaking gigs. That is until September 11, 2001, the morning of the terrorist attack. I was glued to the television. As I watched those towers topple over, my business was reduced to rubbles too. Within a matter of days, every event booking was canceled. I learned a lesson in that season which you should write down. Speaking alone is not a business, it's a job, and it can be taken away in any moment. You need a suite of offers. Warren Buffett says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. It didn't take long until my wife and I were financially ruined. We were living on credit cards, hoping things would turn around. But hope is not a strategy, my friend. Soon we found ourselves in $180,000 in credit card debt, and forced to sell everything and move into my mother-in-law's spare bedroom. It was hell on earth. It's funny now, but I remember I'd be cold calling for speaking gigs and my mother-in-law would be yelling at me in the background to get a job. But that vision I had long ago never left me, even in my darkest moments. I remember one night when I had enough change to surprise Bonnie with a McDonald's cheeseburger. I headed out to the drive-thru, and as I turned in there was a man holding a cardboard sign with a styrofoam cup asking for change. It hit me like a ton of bricks. The only difference between that man and me is that my mother-in-law took us in. I could be sitting in that same curb tomorrow. One morning, Bonnie and her mother was heading out to get groceries. I poured myself a bowl of Cheerios before my daily routine of cold calling. I went to pour the sugar and we were out. That's when I lost it. I was broken, yes, financially, but now emotionally and spiritually. Sitting there at my mother-in-law's breakfast nook, all alone, I started crying, like an ugly cry. Tears and snot were flowing. I shouted, "Why isn't this working? God, I'm doing everything I know to do and nothing is happening." I've only heard the audible voice of God twice in my life. Now this was the first time. He said, "Keith, do you really want to know?" Hearing from God like that, I wasn't so sure I wanted to, but I answered back, "Yes, sir, I wanted to know." And as clear as I'm talking to you right now, I heard God say, "Keith, you lack confidence." My friend, that moment was a linchpin to my success. I began to study everything I could get my hands on related to confidence. I even hired a coach. During one of our earlier sessions together, we were strategizing about my future together. My wife and I, seated across from him, separated by a batch of fresh cookies. Bonnie makes the best. While we were wrapping up, I posed the question, "What's my greatest strength?" Bonnie said, "I've always been attracted to your confidence." My coach interjected, "Keith, I can't explain it, but after I hang out with you, I feel like I can do anything." What was previously my biggest pain, God was about to use it as my biggest promise. That night, I decided to build the America's #1 confidence coach brand. In less than 3 years, I got an advance from a New York publisher to write a best-selling book. I was paid to speak on the largest business seminar tour on the planet and regularly charged an upwards of $120,000 per coaching client. I even hit my first $1 million year. In 2014, during a global speaking tour, I was about to take the stage in Indonesia. As the host announced me, I was let out and suddenly I was frozen. I had seen this exact scenario before. I recognized the pillars in the building and the several thousands of faces in the crowd. And that's when it dawned on me. This was the vision I had all those years ago. Today, I'm retired as America's #1 confidence coach. My wife and I live in an absolute dream house on the ocean in Florida. We spend our days finally enjoying life that I built as an author, speaker, and coach. Yet, I coach a handful of students every 6 weeks on the exact blueprint that I use to build a multi-million-dollar brand from my kitchen table. And it's been the secret not just for me, but for some of my top clients as well. Like Martine, who regularly sees million-dollar book launches. Or Adam, a pastor of a small Michigan town where now he's earning $400,000 a year from his coaching business. And Jarrett, who stepped down as a praise and worship leader to run a $300,000 a month coaching offer. I've got case studies after case studies of students who have taken the exact same situation you are in right now and turned it into an 83K business as authors, speakers, and coaches. What is an 83K business? I had a mentor one time ask me what my goals were. I said I wanted to make $1 million. Of course, that was at a time when $1 million was a lot of money. He asked me, how much do you need to make this month to do that? I hem-hawed around. I had no idea. He said, you'll never hit your goal if you don't do the math. That's why I launched 83K Academy for authors, speakers, and coaches. $83,000 is the amount of money you need to make each month to hit $1 million a year. Never before has it been possible and practical to generate $1 million like it is today, especially in this industry. Yet that's what I teach my private clients who enroll in 83K Academy to do each and every week. 83K Academy is a 6-week program where I help aspiring speakers, authors, and coaches build out their 7-figure businesses. I'll walk you through writing a best-selling book in a matter of weeks. We will put together a transformational signature talk that'll have events beating down your door for bookings. And finally, I'll teach you how to coach clients to life-changing results that they'll gladly pay you tens of thousands of dollars a month for. Now, obviously, there's so much more I can share with you in this short time that we have together. So I want to encourage you, if you want to become an author, speaker, and coach who can command $83,000 a month in your business, go ahead and book a call with us below. We will walk you through a strategy you can use to get started right away. At the end of our strategy session together, if we feel like you're a fit, we will invite you to enroll into the 83K Academy for more in-depth coaching. Otherwise, you'll be free to take what you've learned and implement it on your own. My gift and investment into you. That's about all the time we have together for now. So if that's you, book your call with the team below to claim your free strategy session. If not, then God bless you and Godspeed, my friend.